Hello, welcome to Music 121. This is Dr. Marucci. Today I will go over the syllabus and the organization of the course. So first of all, you need to have access to Canvas online, and once you log in into Canvas, you will have different options to choose from. So you can see files, quizzes, modules. For the purpose of this class, we will only use announcements, files, quizzes, obviously grades, and that's it, because the syllabus is actually under files. So if you click on files, you will be able to see the syllabus here, which I'm gonna use right now. So everything that you need for this class is here. So you have the weekly slides, the PowerPoint slides, which I will talk about in 5 minutes. And then the syllabus here, the selections for the quizzes, and everything else. So let me go over the syllabus. Let me go over how this class will work. So it is strictly online. So there is no attendance because we won't follow a specific schedule with the class. So initially it was supposed to be Thursday, to Tuesday and Thursday, depends on the section you're in 9:30 or 3 o'clock. But because it's online, so you don't have to you don't have to be online at a specific time, especially because we're not using Zoom online. So we're not doing online Zoom videos because I have 630 students. It would be impossible to do so. So instead, we are using some recorded videos which are very, very useful for you because it allow you to each videos allows you to study on your own at your own pace, so independently, and it worked quite well last time we did this. Um, so classroom is online. The office hours will be held via email, basically, because we are not allowed to go into the office right at the moment. I don't know if things will change eventually throughout the fall semester, but I doubt it. But I'm very quick in responding to emails, so usually I respond within 2 hours, 3 hours. So you don't have to have taken any other classes to take this course. This is an introduction to music history, or introduction to music in general. Here we have a brief description of the course. So you should read this. What are the course objectives? Basically what I expect you to achieve at the end, by the end of the course, at least some of those aspects, not all of them. There's no required textbooks, so there's only PowerPoint slides, which actually is very useful for you because it will make your life much easier, because I underlined everything that is important in the slides. So if you are in the Tuesday and Thursday sections, this is pretty much a schedule of the topics. So by the way, this was originally conceived as a class in person. So now that everything is online, things may be a little different, but nothing substantial really changes. So you can see like the dates of the quizzes and the exams. So the first quiz will be on September 22nd here, and then the first exam will be on September 29. Then the second quiz on October 6th. And so on. Okay, then the midterm will be on October 27, and then the final exam will be on Monday, December 14. I'll talk about that later. So let's talk a little bit about the assignments for this course. So this is pretty much a breakdown of the evaluation. So there's no attendance, as I mentioned earlier, because we won't have in-person classes, and we won't have so as I was saying, this is the evaluation. There are 5 quizzes, 5% each, 1 listening review, 10%, which I'll talk about later, 1 exam, 1 midterm, and 1 final exam. The grading system is this one here. So 90% above, it's a A, 80%, 89 is a B, and then 79 is a C. Hopefully no one will get lower than that. So the exams, the only peculiar, all the exams and the quizzes will be multiple choices. So you will have to select the best answers. So A, B, C, and D. Okay. I will talk about the listening review shortly. But before I do that, actually, so I will talk about the quizzes shortly. But before I do that, let me mention something about the listening review. So the listening review is peculiar to this class because usually we do concert review, but because there are no concerts on campus, because we're not allowed to have concerts at the moment because of coronavirus, so I have to change this assignment to something that is written, so a writing assignment, because there has to be, according to the university policy, there has to be in the class a writing assignment. So the writing assignment that I choose is pretty simple. It's a listening review. So you will pick two compositions written between the years 1000 and 1950s approximately, and you will write a very short paper, 2 or 3 pages, double space, in which you talk about your critique of the piece and your impressions, and the composers and the titles and all these kind of things. But you don't have to worry so much about this assignment right now, because this is due at the end of the semester. So really it's the last assignment of the semester, so do not worry about this right now at all. If you go on in the syllabus, you will see some information in general about academic honesty and things like that, some suggestions that I'm writing down for you. And let's talk a little bit about the quizzes. So there's a difference between the quizzes and the exam. So the exam, it's about the slides. So there are questions from the slides, which I will show you now. While the quiz is about the listening component. So there are 5 selections because there are 5 quizzes. So let's click on selections for listening quiz 1, for instance, this one. And it's very, very short. Each quiz it only lasts for 5 minutes. So all I will ask you, there are 5 questions. I will ask you to identify the name of the composer and the title of each piece. So there are 7 selections. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will only pick 5 out of those 7 selections. And for those 5 selections, you have to know, again, the composer and the title. So for instance, if I ask you, I will ask you, who composed this piece here, right? Or you have to answer Hildegard of Bingen, who is the name of the composer. Or I will ask you, who composed which piece did Bernard de Vertandon compose? This one here, and you will tell me the title in italics. So you can't really miss it. So the name of the composer is here. It's the first one, right? Bernard de Vertandon. And the title of the piece is in italics, okay? Which is next to it. So that's all I will ask you for these quizzes. Now the exam is different because the exams are actually on the slide. So let me open one slide for week 2, sorry. So you can ignore week 1. So there's a week 1 here. You don't have to study this one because these are just fundamentals of music. It's just something that it's an introduction. So if you want to read, you actually should read it, but you're not going to be tested on this at all because it's a little bit of music theory. So basically you will be tested from week 2. So if you open week 2, the slides, you will see that I'll take a time to load, but it starts from ancient Greece, right? And then you'll see there's a lot of, it looks like a lot of material, but it's not, because the slides are mostly pictures, extra information. So everything that is important that will ask you in the exams is already underlined. So I actually underlined it for you. So these are, for instance, these are just information, general information about the history, right? But these are pictures here, there's a picture here. And then when you see everything that is either underlined or in bold, it means that it will likely be in the exam, like here, or especially, these are just pictures, again, a lot of pictures. And then here, I'm just gonna go fast for a second just to show you. Is underlined. And if you click on these ones, for instance, that's a question that will definitely be in the exam. Here it is. I will ask you, what is a scollion? And in fact, is underlined in the slides. And if you go on, you will see everything that is underlined will be in the exam. So I'll show you another one so you understand, we'll make sure you understand. Here we go, another one. I will ask you, what is a greater perfect system? And here you have it. So you have the answers too. So I will talk about this in the next video. But so this is just to show you how the slides work. So the slide is like basically a textbook that I made for you, which is already underlined. So you already know what is important and what is not important. And you have the chance to listen to the music. When you see a link, you click to the link. You click on the link, and that will lead you straight to the YouTube videos, because that's what we're going to use. Since we are not using a textbook, we're gonna use YouTube videos, which are free and actually very interesting because it allows you also to see the music, to see the manuscript sometimes, to see what you're actually studying. All right. So I'm gonna close this. This is pretty much what it is. So you're gonna have 5 quizzes and 3 exams, and all you need is here under File. You cannot miss it. We will cover from ancient Greece up to rap too, a little bit. So this is the rubric, which I'll talk about later. It's the rubric for the exam. I actually write down all the questions of the exam. So you can just follow this, and these are the questions of the first exam. You have to know, and I will talk about that later in another video. Okay, we don't have to worry about that now because the first exam is not until the end of September. The other thing I want to show you before I finish this video is for the exams. That's how you take. I want to show you how you take a quiz or exam. I will show you again later, of course. But so you click on quizzes, and then you see here that you have quiz 1, quiz 2, exam 1. So you see due September 22nd. Obviously, if you are in the Wednesday class, so if you are in my Wednesday night class, it will be September 23rd. So it will be always on Wednesday. So all the exam on Wednesday. If you are on the Tuesday and Thursday class, then all the exams and quizzes will be on Tuesdays. Okay, so Tuesday and Thursday classes, exam and quiz on Tuesday, and Wednesday night class, the exam is always, or quizzes are always on Wednesday. You will see it on your page anyway. You just click on it. Now it obviously says not available because it's not the day of the exam, but when the day of the exam will be available, you just take the quizzes. But I will remind you of these things later. And speaking of reminding you of assignments, make sure you check periodically your announcements and the emails, because that's one way, the only way for me to communicate with you. Okay, so check your announcement and check your emails. And this is pretty much it for this video. So just make sure you're familiarized with the website, with the files, with the slides, and then I'll talk about other things in the next video. Okay.